Good morning and welcome to the Presence of Light show with Charlie Riverman Bergeron. It's always a joy for me to be here and share my Friday morning with each of you. Many of you are experiencing the evening and late afternoon. Who knows? I can't keep track of the time around the world, but you know where you are and what is happening around you. So today is sort of a mixed bag of days for me, of talks that I'm going to present, messages, as I feel into the new moon and the darkness that it represents as a space to grow and expand and face our past year. Really, this is the last new moon of 2018, and we've had one heck of a ride this past year of releasing, of opening, of dealing with symptoms that are physical, emotional, mental, issues that may have come from past incarnations, from childhood, from family genetics. I don't think there is anything that has not been touched in the human experience as much as it has been in 2018. That's my perception of it. I have a friend, he says, you're always looking at the chaos. And he doesn't. And I explained to him yesterday, I says, but the chaos is the indicator of something happening. That the energy is moving. And it's not good and it's not bad. It's just energy moving. And this year has really been a year of energy moving. And I'm sure you can all attest to that. So good morning to those who are showing up, and welcome. And hopefully I can keep tabs with you and do what I got to do. It's always fun because I get crazy. Anyway, nice to be here with my Humanity Healing family. So as I arose this morning, well, it started last night with a picture I posted on Facebook, and the words that came to me, which were, it was a picture of a sunset on top of Mount Agamenticus, which is my sacred place, and watching the sun set behind the clouds and the land. And the message was, as we cross the threshold between dimensions, light welcomes us home. And as I looked at that this morning, I says, how interesting that was. The light was shifting and the darkness was going to arise. And this was the other day. And here we are with the moon doing the same thing. And so the message is the same. We're entering this dark period of the moon where we can't see her beautiful reflection in the night sky. And it is a time of change. It's a time of deepening into the womb. Again, returning to our mother's womb, that darkness of the womb of our mother, and remembering what it was like when we couldn't see, we couldn't hear, we couldn't feel, yet we knew and sensed so much around us that was strange, that was new, that was different, because we had just come from light. And here we were immersed in this darkness for 9 months or however long. And this was a transition period. I look at this new moon right now. This is how I feel. It's a transition period between 2018 and 2019. And 2019, when I looked it up numerologically, I found this message, and I found it very apropos. The number 12 is made up of two numbers, 1 and 2. 1 is a prime number and signifies the beginning and the singular nature of the universe. It's also related to completion, harmony, motivation, achievement, and independence. Powerful, the number 1. Number 2, on the other hand, is all about seeing two sides of any situation. Diplomacy, partnership, and the mutable nature of life. I can't make this up how these things come. This is the synchronicity that we live in, that when we're seeking the message from our hearts, they will arrive and be presented to us. And this is the message I want to have each of you carry into 2019, is that when we align with that deeper part of ourselves, that singularity, everything begins to work. It doesn't mean we need to fret if it isn't working, but just know that perhaps what's needed is just to take a step back, put a film, a shade of darkness over what's going on, what you would consider to be the chaos, and look at it through that filter instead of having it so bright in your face. Dim it down a little bit and know that that's outside of you. And then focus on what's going on inside, because it's what's inside of us where we need to do the work. And in 2019, I see many of us stepping into higher dimensions of ourselves and speaking out truthfully and honestly without fear, and not to make anybody wrong, but just to say, enough is enough. Let's move beyond this. This is playground antics that we're living in, and we're much more, and we deserve much more than this bickering and bantering and I'm bigger than you and I'm better than you, etc. That's not civilization. That's insanity. We failed. We have really failed at civilization, because what we see around us is not civil at all. So let's take that moment during this new moon to go within ourselves and ask ourselves truthfully, what do I need to focus on? So hopefully you can see this picture. Oh, there it is. There she is, the beautiful blue planet on which we live. I randomly picked this out of the deck. I mean, it's a beautiful picture. I didn't even look at it until I just got here. The message of this card is focus. It says, when I focus on goodness, I can change my life, even the world. The affirmations for this card is, I challenge behavior that no longer serves me and eliminate what is not useful in life. I am clear about what I desire and focus on my highest priorities. As I change my focus, I will change my life and I will beckon others. So this is what I do, is beckon all of you to join me and millions of others around the world in celebrating humanity's healing And that's what Humanity Healing in this beautiful group that we belong to is really all about, is celebrating our healing. Perhaps when Humanity Healing was first in inception, it was, we look back 10 years ago or 12 years ago, whenever it began, and we were in a much different place than we are now. And if we really look, we can see there has been improvement in a lot of areas. I know, we're far from accomplishing some of the things we started 12 years ago. But we're deeper into the process. And now it's time for a new mind. It's time for us to renew and refresh the filter that we see things through. And as we can look around the world and see the lies and the stories and everybody's just saying whatever they want in order to be noticed and seen, we have to come back to truth, to that real truth within us. And so a next reading I read was about truth, and it was from Natalie Glasson, and was one of her, just a segment of what she wrote from one of the archangels. And I want to read that to you. Recognizing your inner truth, being truthful and honest with yourself and others, realizing the power of your love and caring for yourself and others in a loving, respectful manner supports you in growing your relationship with yourself. When you grow your relationship with yourself, understanding your inner energies, thoughts, and emotions, you naturally become aware of your intuition and inner guidance. Your inner fulfillment energy surges and creates experiences of fulfillment, a connection with self and the Creator, which further empowers your feeling of life being fulfilling. Therefore, life of fulfillment is not about receiving what you want and desire. Instead, it is about living in the truth of the Creator and as the truth of the Creator. To put it another way, is to live in the truth of who you are as the truth of who you are. Isn't that beautiful? To live in the truth of who you are and as the truth of who you are. Truth and truthfulness are the key to realizing and accessing your inner fulfillment, and with fulfillment manifesting in your physical reality and spiritual growth. All it takes is just a little bit of effort to go within, deepen our relationships with the truth of who we are, not worrying so much about what's outside of us, but recreate that relationship within our hearts with ourselves, and know that it's powerful, and that power can't be transmuted by the fear around us or the chaos around us. In alignment with truth, the interesting thing was I picked up the Kuan Yin Oracle deck. And the beautiful card that came out was Spin the Silken Thread Divine. As I say, I don't plan this. I just follow guidance. So with Kuan Yin, the message is, in creating precious silks, there is a sorting process, a sifting out that which is broken to find that which is precious and pure. You are commencing a new cycle, beloved, and it is time to allow for that which is more precious and pure, that which you wish to take with you into the future, to continue and to release that which does not align with your true heart. Sometimes we need to help ourselves access the new cycle by releasing vows from this or other lifetimes, releasing old emotional patterns, and calling in wisdom and talents from past lifetimes. You are guided to accept this healing now. You see, we've always had this. We've always had the power to transmute any situation we have ever arrived at. This is our gift not only to ourselves, but to the world around us. We don't have to continue to follow the negative pathways or the negative forms of thinking. Doesn't matter that we're surrounded by them. Look for the things we're surrounded with that bring joy, that bring peace, that bring compassion and kindness, not only to others, but to ourselves. We have less obligation to the world around us than we do to ourselves. And if we can work here in this home base during this next year, 2019, and clean house, get rid of all of these cobwebs, get rid of all this pain, get rid of all of this suffering, get all, as best we can. I know for many of you, you have deep suffering. You have great pain. You have patterns of life that have just been horrendous to even put in words. I know that. You speak to me. You write me notes. We talk on Messenger or we email. I see you on social media. If I had a magic wand, I would gladly disperse all of that for each and every one of you. But the magic wand is within you. It's about coming back to your heart and your truth and learning to live it in a more exemplary manner, bringing it forth. Small bits at a time. I know there are people that you're gonna step into your truth and start living it, and people are just going to call you crazy. They don't want to be around you. They're not going to want to talk to you. They're not going to want to listen to you. You're going to be shunned. You're going to be laughed at. We all go through this. We need to have the perseverance in 2019 to stop judging them. They're only doing that because what they see is themselves. And they recognize that part of them that they're not honoring. And they'd rather be wrong than living their truth, because they fear the truth of who and what they might actually be. This is the journey of humanity. We've been doing it for thousands of years. Our planetary Mother Earth is our teacher. And if we look at her, she's been through ice ages. She's seen life come, species go. She's seen floods. She's seen devastation beyond our imagination. We can't fathom the depths of what we would consider pain and suffering that she has endured to still be here, to still feed us, to still bathe us, to still give us this opportunity to experience life within her energy fields. Each one of us are a lot like Mother Earth, if you really think about it. And she's still here. And she will be here long after humanity no longer chooses to be here by whatever actions they choose. We are part of this whole environment. In the Kuan Yin reading, it goes on to say, your past is calling to you. It is calling to be cleared, to be released, and for the beauty and power of the past to be claimed in the present moment, woven together like a precious, rare silk. All the experiences, mistakes, and adventures, the successes of your past in this and other lifetimes have given your soul plenty of material from which to draw its wisdom, like fine silken threads being woven into beautiful fabric. It has had to grow in awareness, light, capacity, and love in order to be where it is now. You are being guided by Kuan Yin to now realize that your past is nothing to be ashamed of. Even the worst mistakes that you may have judged yourself or others for having been opportunities to really grow in love. The precious silk could not be formed without the rough layers of the cocoon within which the pure thread is spun by the silkworm. So too have you been able to weave something truly beautiful within the experiences of your life, even those which you no longer need to carry with you as memories or scars. So that's my wish for this new moon. And later on today, I will be doing a water blessing in a beautiful area of Maine that is being converted into a community center, healing center. It's called Turtle Marsh. And I will do a water blessing there. And my water blessings, which I do as part of my service to Mother Earth, is to transmute the water and to ask for assistance in transmuting the water back to its original blueprint. And so today, I want to transmute the water within you back to its original, most beautiful and divine blueprint, which we can't even conceive at this point in our evolution. But trust that it's there. No matter what we've been through, we can return. We are not polluted. We are not damaged. Especially not as much as we think we are. This is the message that we carry from this new moon, this new moon into 2019. The message of hope. The message of commitment. The message of I am. I have an affirmation for us to do as well. And I'm going to scroll down and see if I can see anybody here. I can. Let's see. Good morning. Did this. Okay. Patricia, Michelle. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank all of you so much for showing up, for taking the time in your lives to seek others who are just like you. I'm not any different than you, each one of you. It's just that I've had a different journey than you have. And so I'm able to be on this end of this little silly camera. And you're on that end. But we're one. We're one in the heart. My heart is yours. Your heart is mine. I feel your pain. You feel my love. This is oneness. This is unity. Anita, thank you for assisting. Anita, you are a beautiful soul. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. And that's my message to each of you. Keep on keeping on. I know it's an old cliche, but it's the truth. Where is Turtle Marsh? And I'm not seeing what the rest of that thing is. Is it in, it's in Maine. It's in Unity, Maine. Turtle Marsh, and my friend Elizabeth and Peter have, I believe it's 26 acres, and the only thing on it now is a teepee that they put up, a beautiful teepee, and we're going to have a celebration and a ceremony there today. If you're in the area, drop by. And then later on at 6 o'clock, I have a Loving Waters call because I'm a council member of a group called Loving Waters. We have a webpage, lovingwaters.life. And on the new moon calls, we gather from around the world. Anybody's invited to join us on Zoom and let us know what your watershed is, and just join in heart resonance for the waters. You can find us on Facebook as well at Loving Waters. And the information is both on the website and the page, on Facebook page, is how to get a hold of us. We're also creating a map of the whole world of people who are like-minded surrounding the waters. And again, this is all about bringing the energy, the positive energy of 2018, all that we've worked on, all that we've released, and bring it into 2019. Bring it out of this last period of darkness and offer it at winter solstice to the light and say, thank you. Thank you. We're ready to rise on winter solstice morning out of the deep womb of Newgrange. If you've never been to Newgrange in Ireland, go. It's an amazing place that honors the rising sun at winter solstice. So again, those are my comments as I read down here. And there was a couple of other things that came up, and I'm going to see if I may not find them. One on truth, the evolution of your spirit. That's what it was. Okay, and this is from the first book of Israel. You've heard me read from this before. But in this chapter called The Evolution of Your Spirit, it says, truth is the goal of all humanity. There are 3 paths open to find it. That of the scientist, the psychologist, and the religionist. These 3 pathways lead to knowledge, and they are slowly but surely meeting on the same path. And I feel that's what's going on right now. Things are coming together on this path that we're journeying on. They have not yet found the point of understanding where their separate findings find a common whole, but they are gradually converging on the path where they can agree, namely that the spirit is the only life principle in existence, with one universal mind guiding the evolutionary plan as the fountainhead of all wisdom, knowledge, and power. Amazing stuff written years ago. All of our teachings have brought us to this point and are asking us to step out in truth, honor our truth as we know it, and be willing to shift some of our truths when we're presented with information that may jar that a little bit. Be willing to be open. Be willing to discover another aspect of what we've had. Let's not hang on so dear to old patterns. And in closing, I have an affirmation for each of you. So we'll just take a few minutes to center ourselves in our hearts. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Feel the water as it comes in through your nostrils. And as you exhale, feel that water spread across your tongue. It's the divine blessing of all of our lives. Without water, planet Earth and all of life would not look at all like it does. Honor the waters today. Honor them every day, but particularly on the new moon. So the affirmation is this: I am the divine instrument of the I am. I am the flow of the cosmos. I am the very breath of life. I am unconditional love. I am in supplication to the Divine Mother. I am in supplication to the Divine Father. I am in service to all that is humble, loving, innocent, and true. Mighty I Am presence, please consume my doubts. Consume my fears. Consume my judgments. And allow me to be a pillar of courage. I am, in this holy instance, surrendering you, my heart. I am the force of love and generosity. I am the dazzling experience of human embodiment. I am, as human, a living form of divinity. I am the shimmering light of the Holy Spirit. I am the fire of heaven. Be strong, my heart, and sing the song of my soul. Allow that to settle into your heart, that which was written by Stuart Pearce, specifically to remind us of who and what we truly are. I posted it on the comments. I ask that the highest blessings be upon each of you, and may you have a wondrous new moon in any which way that you offer it ceremony. And if you don't, think about doing that. And I'll see you next week as we continue our movement forward to 2019 and the joyous wonder of the blessings that can occur for all of us when we let go of the fear and the past. I love you. I thank you. I respect you. Have a great week. I'm off to bless the waters. Bye-bye.